Hello, I'm Vivian Joy, Mindset Reset expert, amongst other things, and sometimes I procrastinate. If you've been watching any of my content come out this week, you know that the theme has been procrastination. And maybe you've procrastinated watching it, maybe you're saving it somewhere and just watching it when you know you need to get out of your own way. Maybe it's just going on its own way and you're not clicking on it, and maybe you will only get the alert on a live. So I've been a bit lax on doing lives this year because actually I realised I was doing some of my own procrastinating last year and I had to try and work out why. So the first quarter of 2022, I took time out for me. I took time out and I had COVID actually. And that gave me this insight as to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, why I'm not doing it, why I'm procrastinating, or we could use excuses, avoidance, whatever words you want to use, that actually would sum up not doing things, avoiding doing things. And I worked out that actually I think I was going in a direction that wasn't quite right for me. And, you know, in business, we have to rationalize, we have to understand, we have to make some decisions, but we have to do that from the inside and not the outside. So sometimes you have to be your own client, and especially if you're service based. So I took some time out, did some internal work. I went inside to find out what I thought I wanted. Because if I rewind 3-4 years ago, pre-COVID, I had massive plans, pre my wife, pre everything that changed everybody in some way. And I thought I wanted this massive empire. I thought I wanted, you know, beautiful houses and, you know, all the lovely trappings of that. But what COVID has done for me and what I've taken time out to understand is that's not really what I want at all. In fact, I am the least money motivated person I know. In fact, that's why I used to have a compulsive gambling addiction, because of no value of it. But what I do value is my time, freedom, and making a difference in the world. So how do I make the impact, which of course brings income that you need? And actually, what was that for me, and how much did I need, and what did I need to do? And I realized I'd started to procrastinate because my own goal didn't fit me anymore. So if you know what I mean by this, you know, show me some comments, or even if you're watching this on replay, my goal wasn't actually even my goal anymore. It might have been my goal 3-4 years ago, but even then I look back and think, I'm not sure it was my goal. I think it was the goal I thought I should have to be seen as a successful mindset coach, as a successful business coach, as a, you know, mindset mentor, as a, you know, strategist, whatever you want to call, when you help somebody go from not having a business or having a this size business or having this stuck mindset to going to wherever you want to go. And actually, I think it's easy to watch everybody else and think that you want what they've got. You can convince yourself that it's really important that you have XYZ amount of income or XYZ amount of team. And I'm really glad that I took this year so far to not go down the path, as I went with another business actually, where I created what I thought wasn't, I had a lovely team of people and offices, great business, you know, £250,000 turnover that didn't need me, and I didn't like it. I was completely hands off and I didn't enjoy what I was doing. So if you were part of my recruitment business, I mean, don't get me wrong, they all got fantastic service and results and everybody was, you know, making money, but I didn't feel like I was part of the core of the business, which is why then I started to do what I'd always been doing anyway, which was helping companies and businesses to understand about their strategy, their structure, and what they need for the sales, marketing, and mindset around it all. So my question is, what is your favorite method of procrastination and what might be causing it? And have a real think about this. You know, what are you doing in the avoidance times? So even before going on a live, you might find yourself shuffling bits of paperwork, clearing down your emails, I don't know, making a cup of coffee and then another cup of coffee. And what you're really doing is avoiding something that you're a bit uncertain about. So procrastination usually comes from uncertainty, like we don't know what the outcome of something is going to be, or we're not sure about the value of the outcome, i.e. it's not important enough. So the certainty or lack of certainty we call fear, or you might, you know, it's a harsh word, fear maybe, but we want that certainty before we take steps, which is why sometimes we make a decision, don't take any action, because like we've decided, but we haven't quite properly committed. So if you find yourself doing that and then you're procrastinating about taking action on the decision, it's because you haven't got a level of certainty around it. So you need to show your brain what that will be like. so that it can grab a level of certainty and move towards it feeling safe. So 3 ways, you'll hear me talk about this a lot, why we procrastinate. One is this lack of certainty or fear. The other is it's not valuable enough. We're not valuing the outcome because we don't know what it is. Because we're here, outcome over here, we have no idea. Or actually, we don't have the skill to do whatever. So if you are procrastinating before you do live videos like this one, maybe you don't know how to use the tech. Maybe you don't know how to switch it on and off. I remember my first video live, I had the camera the wrong way around. I think somebody got part of my wall through half of it, and I kind of just got myself into a right old bumbling state, which we forgive these days, don't we? Because that's pretty normal when you're starting out. So sometimes it's the skill. So as soon as I understood how to use it, what to do, it's no longer a skill problem. And if it's something that's far bigger, i.e. some of the things I help my clients with mostly is creating online courses, not so much really the tech, although I know the tech, is more about them getting over the mindset block of that tech, i.e. I can't imagine how it's going to happen. So sometimes if you think about, and I've been doing this in my mastermind this week, and actually in my academy, we've been talking about these things, what actually is getting in your way and what is the reason that you are in your own way with it. So if you think of your to-do list, there's probably a long list of things on there and you can categorize them. Here's a gift. Get your list out now and have a look and see. Is it fear? Put an F next to it. Is it skill? Put an S next to it. Is it values? Not valuable enough? Put a V next to it. Because at least you know how to move you from here to taking the next step. Either you need to find a way to be out of fear, in which case, call me, absolutely happy to help you. If it's skill, call me, happy to help you. Or if it's not valuable enough, call me, I'm happy to help you. Or you can possibly help yourself on all of these or other people around you. Hopefully this live's been helpful. I've committed to coming live every Wednesday. I'm going to call it Women's Wednesday, although I do coach men one-to-one. All of my group programs are for ladies and females because they tend to like to share to be able to move and shift, whereas men, in my experience, tend to like to solve their own problems. It's a much quicker process. But anyway, I've decided to do this. And so if you've got anything you want me to cover on these Wednesdays, you've got any questions, any specific challenges, problems, issues, then I would be happy to do so. And if you want to be interviewed for my Natter That Matters, which also sometimes comes out on a Wednesday, if there's something really, particularly exciting, or you've got a story or something that will change the way that women work in their business, then do get in touch with me. I look forward to hearing from you. Hope you're having a good week. I'm having an amazing week because, of course, I've done the inner work this month and April feels fabulous. Let me know how your April feels and actually how it could feel differently if you did some of the inner work. Look forward to helping you.